I only helped a little beggar by chance, but I didn't know that would end up saving my life. That night while I was eating, my wife called me. She said she had killed someone while drunk driving. When I arrived at the scene, she told me she was pregnant. I immediately decided to take the blame for her. I also said we should get divorced, so that my enemies wouldn't come after her. I called my most trusted brother, and asked him to take care of her and the company. Soon after I was taken away by the authorities, I thought I'd be out in a few days, since it was just a traffic case. But not long after I got in, I heard my brother was doing illegal business outside. To protect him, I took all the blame again. That ended up costing me over 10 years in prison. The day I got out, I thought my wife and brother would come pick me up, but I waited for hours and no one came. Still, that didn't matter anymore. I just wanted my property back from my brother, and to live a quiet life with my wife and child. But what I didn't know was that the new richest woman in town was rushing to the prison. She was the beggar I helped back then. She had been looking for me for years to repay the favor. Now she finally found out I was getting out today, but her assistant told her I had been released 2 hours early. She immediately ordered them to speed up. Meanwhile, I had arrived at the company I founded, but before I could enter, the security guard stopped me. He told me the current chairman was my old brother. I remembered clearly I had left the company to my wife, so how did it end up in my brother's hands? Well, I was confused. My brother walked out with a group of men. I wanted to hug him, but he kicked me in the chest and asked which filthy beggar dared to beg at his company. But when he saw my face, he turned pale and quickly helped me up, asking why I didn't tell him I was getting out. He said he would have come to pick me up. I asked how the company became his and where my wife was. He told me not to ask too much yet, that he had a surprise for me later. I didn't know what he meant, but I asked him for a job. Since I was out, I wanted to start over. He called a staff member right away and told him to find me a proper position. The staff politely invited me into the company, but just as I was about to enter, my brother stopped him. He said the bar still needed a guard dog. The staff understood instantly. After they left, my brother was thrilled. He couldn't wait to see my reaction to his surprise. That ungrateful traitor didn't know how bad it was about to get. When I got inside, the staff handed me a security uniform, told me I would guard the entrance like a dog. I was furious and threw the uniform down. I couldn't believe how rude he was. But the staff said if I didn't want the job, I should leave. He said an ex-con like me wouldn't find another job. I swallowed my pride. Years in prison had worn it down anyway. Suddenly, the staff pressed on my neck, said this was onboarding training. From now on, I had to bow deeply to everyone entering. Just then, my wife walked in. The staff quickly stood up in fear. My wife saw me being forced to bow. She slapped my brother, then slapped the staff, asking if he had a death wish. Then she ran over and hugged me. The staff dropped to his knees in panic. She slapped him again. I quickly pulled her back, but then she sat down, told me to bow to her as well. I didn't understand what she meant, but the staff on the ground got it instantly. He stood up and forced me to bow, told me to show respect to the lady boss. I asked what lady boss meant. She said she was now my brother's wife. At that moment, my brother walked in. He stroked her face and said, I told him to take care of her. Now she was soft and beautiful. I should be thanking him. That was when I realized, all those years in prison, I had imagined our reunion countless times, but never like this.